Hey everybody, this is Greg, and in today's video we're going to talk about shelter in place. Again, this is something that you want to add into your emergency plan. You could actually put this in the actual plan itself, or you can put this in the appendix section in the back of your emergency plan. Now, what does mean shelter in place? Well, what that means is staying put or going to a shelter and you're staying there for a long period of time. Well, I shouldn't say a long period of time, but you could be there for a couple of hours to a few hours, even a day. And again, this is one of the reasons why you got to have a emergency supply kit because that's something that you may need to have that will last a few days. That's why that's very, very important. Now, what happens when it comes to shelter in place? Who makes that determination and, that decision? Well, a lot of times it's your local emergency personnel like your police, your sheriff, state police, even emergency management, even your fire department. And they will recommend you to stay in place. And sometimes this will occur from hazardous material spills, maybe from a nearby building or a nearby plant or refinery to a train that might have spilled or derailed. You can even also have a shelter in place for an active shooter. And some of the natural disasters, you can also be put into a shelter in place. And just go over some tips here, and again, down at the bottom in the comments, I will add a few things and also check out my Facebook page, and I will have some additional information on shelter in place as well. Basically, you want to get inside. So get inside whenever you hear that, hey, we got a shelter in place situation going on. Get inside the building and you stay inside. Okay. Find a safe location, go inside, and don't leave until the order is lifted. And, make sure you have your cell phones because, again, you might, check your apps, check the news, have your battery powered radio, watch the television, your internet to give you those updated information until that order is lifted. Stay in touch again, keep your communication devices turned on and charged, and avoid using your cell phone. And what I mean by that is you can check your apps because that's how you're going to get the information, but try to avoid talking very, very long because there might be possible the power might be out and your cell phone charge will be going down. So you want to make sure you use a very limited usage on your cell phones. Again, listen to your radio, local television to have updated information. If you are sheltering with pets, prepare an area for them to use the bathroom. Do not let your pets outside as well because, whatever is going on out there, it will affect your pets as well. So, again, bring your pets inside and make sure, they are well fed and have plenty of water. And unfortunately, they won't be able to go outside to go to the bathroom. So you have to have an area like newspapers, cardboard boxes, or wherever to so they can use the bathroom. If you need to seal a room, this depends on the situation. I really haven't heard too much when it gets to this level where you might have to seal a room. Basically, you gather everybody into one room. Again, have emergency supplies. Turn off devices that might move air, like your air conditioning, heat, that kind of thing. Use towels or blankets, kind of like you would do if there was a fire on outside your door, which again, we'll explain that once we get into fire prevention. And seal the doors and windows. Yes, you can also use duct tape. I know that was a big thing when we, back in the day when we had 9/11, everybody was talking about sealing the doors and windows with duct tape. You can also use that as well. If you're caught in your car, we don't think about this too often, but, in your car, You might have to take shelter, drive to a safe location. Go to a location, it might be a hotel, a retail store, restaurant, and go inside that building. If you're not near a safe location, pull the car over and do not continue to drive. Turn your car off and stay in a shaded area if it's too hot. Stay where you are and listen to your radio for updates and make sure, of course, doors and windows are closed. And again, stay inside until the order has been lifted. So this is just basic information on how to prepare for a shelter in place. Like I said in the beginning of this video, a lot of times when you're ordered to shelter in place is something that could be in the air, that's hazardous, um, and even something that's happening nearby, like an active shooter. Those are usually the two things that might order you for shelter in place. Granted, sometimes it can happen if there's a lot of buildings around, there might be a fire nearby that you might have to shelter in place for your safety. But if it's really close, they'll tell you to evacuate, but due to the smoke and everything. But mostly the shelter in place, again, is because of the chemical spills, chemicals in the air, and even a active shooter. And remember, always, always, always keep in touch with your communication. Let your people know if you're in a business, your fellow coworkers, your relatives, your friends know, hey, I'm in a situation, I'm in a shelter in place situation. This is where I am. And I will keep you advised. I'll let you know when the order is lifted. And so they're not panicking or worried about, and also have that as well so you can hear from like the news or if it's a you know any kind of emergency type situation through your apps, because they will update on the apps and stuff like that. But again, keep your battery, if you have to unplug it if you lose electricity, to a minimum, because you don't want to lose that battery power. So I hope that this explains a little bit. Like I said, I'll have more information on my Facebook page and also down below about shelter in place. And stay tuned for another thing regarding emergency planning. And I hope you're enjoying these videos. And it gives you a little bit more information than sitting here reading the information and seeing my writings. And this is more one-on-one communication so you can understand. So again, stay tuned for the next video. Take care, everyone.